Hello, this is Shalimar Steinberg, and today I will be discussing 3 of our modify commands. We'll be starting out with move, copy, and stretch. So modify commands are the commands up here in the modify section of AutoCAD, and they allow you to make changes to objects that you've already drawn using the draw commands. So here I have a grid that I've drawn out, a circle, and a triangle. And each of these is currently drawn out as line objects, so the grid and the triangle are made up of separate line segments. I'm going to start out by using the move command, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the word move here. I could also type M for the first line, and that would bring up a shortcut menu. Then I'm going to select the object that I want to move. And it's going to ask me to select any other objects. So when I'm done, I can hit enter. Oh, whoops, I picked the wrong command there, sorry. Or it went by a command I already had selected. Let's try that again. Okay, so move. There, now it's asking me to select the object. I hit it. I hit enter to tell it no more objects. I pick the base point. In this case, I'm going to pick the center of the circle, because I want to go ahead and move it from there and place it from there. And then I can drag it over to where I would like it to be, which in this case is going to be on the intersection here. And I could also type in the coordinates of the space that I would like it to move to. So then I just click there and it's moved. As you can see, there's no longer a version over here. It has simply moved the entire object. In comparison, we have the copy command, which is very similar. Again, I click it and it says select your objects. I'm going to pick my circle and I don't want any other objects, so I'll hit enter. And then it says specify the base point. Again, I'm going to pick that center point. And now it's attached to my cursor and I can copy it, and it leaves behind the original but creates duplicates of it any place that I click. And it stays attached to my cursor and allows me to make as many as I want until I hit the enter command to end the copy command. Alright, so I've created my simple movement, or copy there. The nice thing about copying is that if you do select multiple objects, they'll all move the same ratio. So for example, if I selected all of these and did copy, I could do all of these, for example. And then when I specified my base point, they would all move together off of that same point and the same distance over, and I could place them wherever I'd like to. Finally, we have the stretch command today, and the stretch command is designed in order to allow you to make an object crossed by a selection window stretch in one direction, so either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And it's only one direction, so it's not going to be proportionate in all directions, so you're making it bigger in one direction only. So I would select the stretch command. And for this, I cannot just hover over and click on the one line at a time. I have to use a crossing window where I go out here in the distance, hold down my mouse button, and drag it back over. And I want to go right to left this time because the green is going to touch or select anything that it touches. And I do not want to select the entire triangle because I need a back edge to pull against for the stretch. So I select there and I say, okay, I'm done selecting objects. Then I specify the base point, and I could pick from here or from here. I'm going to pick the center of this line and stretch it out this direction. I could also bring it in to make it smaller instead of longer. It's still the stretch command. And I can tell it a specific distance to go, or I can just click where I want it on the screen. I could also drag it off at that angle if I want to, and I could tell it the specific angle by hitting tab. So I'm going to drag it out to here. And just to show you what happens if I do select the entire object with my crossing box, and I pick my base point and I go to do it, it just treats it like a move instead. And so it will move the entire object instead of stretching it in or out. Alright, that's the basics of those 3 commands. Thank you.